I'm going to give my special guest a few more minutes to pull up to this demonstration. Why is Keefe D trying to throw Reggie Wright Jr. under the bus for the death of Tupac Shakur? Now, I've spoken with Reg plenty of times. I've interviewed Reg plenty of times. I don't believe that Reggie Wright Jr. had anything to do with the death of Tupac Shakur. Now, we all know Keefe D is facing the charges for the death of Tupac Shakur. So why now all of a sudden he wants to throw Reggie Wright Jr. under the bus? Let's go to Keefe D's own words about what took place that night that Tupac lost his life. And this is Keefe D.
I got the audiobook. So
yeah,
so it's all in the book. So Von Zip is the one that provided, not you, but somebody that was in the white Cadillac with the gun.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So tell me how that came about. You don't have to tell me the person he gave it to. Okay, so we're not trying to blame you for that, but just tell me how that came about. Von Zip offering somebody that was in the car with the gun.
What's that?
No, just tell me how it came about. Once again, you don't have to say who exactly he gave the gun to, but just say how it came about where Von Zip provided you and your crew with the gun.
No, he just asked, do we need some help? And shit. He came up with the thing. That's all. Shit, he had a thing on him. We already had things too, though. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We had already had things too. And he had a thing. That's all.
So how did you know Tupac and Suge was in the black BMW?
He was hanging out the window.
Tupac?
Yeah.
What was he doing?
Shit, he had half his body out the window. Yeah. Just, that Bay Area shit. You know how they do. That weird shit. Like Ghost Rider whip. They just want to be flamboyant. You know what I'm saying? Want to be seen and shit.
But you said the females was yelling Tupac's name, right?
Yeah, once
that's
he
how
was hanging
y'all
out the
found
window.
out they was in the car, right?
Tupac, and he was that's bullshit. A real motherfucker, he gonna be sitting down and set his ass down somewhere. You know what I'm saying? I'll be hanging out no fucking window. Just want to be seen and shit.
Right.
Yeah.
So
what's up?
So you and your crew, y'all on Flamingo and Koval, and y'all slowly pull up to Tupac and Suge in a black BMW. Tell me how that came about.
We just took the gutter lane. Like we said, we pulled up to the stoplight, and they was making a right. It was about 17 cars. We just pulled up in the gutter lane. Seen their ass. And I first shot it, hit big boy in the head. I thought he was dead. Like, damn, he dead. And they didn't even give chase, make it so bad. Some brawls gave it chase. They got their little windshield shot out. It was over with after that.
Dre, he was the one that was supposed to shoot, Tupac and Suge, but he got scared, right?
No, he didn't really get scared. He wasn't ready for that. They was youngsters, man. Kids.
So according to Keefe D, and most of us know the story, his nephew, Orlando Anderson, gets smashed on, gets jumped by Tupac and the death row homie security team, right? Now, what was it over? Allegedly, Southside Crips tried to tape Trayvon Lane's chain, death row chain. Trayvon Lane is a member of Mob Piru, right? So this is what all this stemmed from. So I'm trying to figure out, where does Reggie Wright Jr. come into any of this? If it kicked off over the chain snatching at the Lakewood Mall, Reggie Wright wasn't nowhere around. Suge Knight wasn't nowhere around. For all those that believe Suge Knight had something to do with it. So Keefe D then already walked us through what happened that night when Tupac was shot, when Tupac was pow. Once they jumped Orlando Anderson got back with Keefe D and them. All right, they get ready to go smash on Tupac, Death Row. Okay, now they go looking for him. They go up to the club. They don't see him at the club. Then they catch him in traffic. He says 17 cars. They catch him in traffic. Allegedly, Big Dre was supposedly been the one that pulled the trigger. They passed the blicky to Big Dre. According to Keefe D, Big Dre, was hesitant because Big Dre wasn't ready for that type of action yet. Keefe D say they all young. So Orlando takes the blicky, right? Then Orlando handled his business, which ended the life of Tupac. Where is Reggie Wright Jr. at any of this equation? Where is Reggie Wright Jr. in this equation? Nowhere. What happened was Keefe D, now we can ask the question and wait for the answer. Was Keefe D lying about what took place? But for Keefe D to try to throw Reggie Wright Jr. under the bus, now Keefe D is saying, I was under stress. I did it for the money. I told that story for the money. No, you didn't do it under the stress. Nobody forced you to make them statements, Keefe D. Nobody paid you. Nobody gave you no money. If you're talking about, and this is what I believe he's talking about, he's trying to say that the only reason why he said that they did the hit on Tupac was for social media, was for the bloggers, the YouTubers, for him to cash in on social media. But that's not true, because he been gave the statement. Was it back in the late 90s or the early 2000s? Way before bloggers and YouTubers was on social media. He lied, and now he wants out, and that's all it is. And he's trying to throw Reggie Wright Jr. under the bus. He's trying to come up with all kind of, scenarios. Here's my thing. If the incident with Tupac, if it stemmed from the Maparu beefing with Southside Crips, where do Reggie Wright Jr. come at in any of this? Where do we come at in any of this involvement? So you can't now use Reggie Wright Jr. because you wasn't mentioning Reggie Wright Jr. when you used this to get you out of prison. See, he was thinking, Orlando did, Big Dre, everybody that was in that car is dead. And most street dudes, not all, most street dudes don't think that it's snitching if you tell on a dead man. A lot of dudes have told on dead men to get out of prison. A lot of people say, well, that's not snitching because I didn't send nobody to prison. But the real ones know that that's still a form of snitching. But Keefe D, okay, my nephew and everybody else in the car, they did. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tell these people what they want to hear so they could cut me a deal. Now, he mentioned that P. Diddy put $1 million hit out on Tupac. But this is what always troubled me. This is what always troubled me. You got Tupac, right? Now, there's $1 million hit on Tupac. This is coming from Keefe D. It's $1 million hit on Tupac coming from Baby Oil Man, right? But you got this beef. You got this beef with Southside Crips. Now, is the real reason that Tupac lost his life, was it really behind the beef with Southside Crips because he stomped out Orlando Anderson? Is that what the beef, is that why Tupac lost his life? Or was it really a hit on his head from Baby Oil Man? Which one, Keefe D? Which one? Let me come down to the chat. Salute to the chat. Salute to the replay gang. Salute. Eartha says he lied and now he wants out. Salute to the chat, y'all. He used it to make money. Exactly. Exactly. If y'all know the story, drop a 1. Drop a 1 in the chat if y'all feel like Reggie Wright Jr. had something to do with it. And here is my special guest, none other than the man, the legend, Reggie Wright Jr. What's good, Reg?
What up, Sham? How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. Hey,
Respect.
right. Let's just get straight down to this clown Keefe D, right?
Yeah.
Now you know me and you we have talked and we have chopped it up plenty of times.
Okay.
Why do you think Keefe D is trying to throw you under the bus by implicating you being in the Tupac's murder?
Well, to be honest, I think it's all the conspirators out there or the conspiracy channels that's out there that's feeding his head. I saw that his son been dealing with this white guy. I don't want to call him assaulting, like I want to say, but this guy that got a wig on his hair. I call him Uncle Fester. He got a channel, and they've been pushing that theory and snitch no joke and all of them. They be pushing no theory. So when you start listening to all of them, and the PI that the court appointed them came out with this theory with it being on the case for 3 or 4 days. And then they were like, oh, it was Reggie Wright Jr. We got, but as the DA and everybody told me, say, Reggie, that's just a delayed tactic. They trying to delay the tactic. They got it pushed back a year. And so, hey, well, we care. He's sitting in jail. And so is this a delay tactic? Maybe they hoping some witnesses change their mind or die or something come up. But if you're innocent, you want a speedy trial. But if you know you're going to be sitting down for a while anyway, you'll be like, well, it's easier for my people to come and visit me at LA County Jail than it is, or Las Vegas County Jail than it is to whatever penitentiary they send you, because they can send you to anywhere in the state then. So I think that's what the plan is. And hey, give yourself a chance. Give yourself some type of defense.
Right.
So I ain't mad at him for trying.
Yeah. Now I did hear him mention something about the witness. He said, yeah, the key witness is the one. Are you a witness for the state? Are you going to be a witness in that case?
I went before the grand jury and testified to the atmosphere. I wasn't there. I was at the club. I was 2 miles away from where all of that happened. Right. The only thing I could testify to is the atmosphere, just what was going on around Death Row, the beef between Bad Boys and Death Row at the time, and all of that. That's all they asked me about. That's all I testified about. Some of the procedures, of how they roll and the security procedures and the lack of security or whatever that took place. That's all I talked about. The key witness is himself,
Right.
and then his homeboy, this dude named Dirt Rock, that used to live with one of the guys that was in the car. That's telling everything that dude was telling him, and guys from the South Side Compton Crips. Reggie Wright is an element guy. He wasn't there. How can you be the key witness if you're not there? So that's just people talking and running their mouths and throwing out opinions and all of that. It sounds good for the headline. Who else has a bigger name out here concerning that, that you could possibly throw the blame on? He fucked up. What he should have been saying is Reggie Wright paid me or had me do it. Then that would be like, oh, okay, he's saying that. But just to say Reggie Wright, is the one that did it and I wasn't there.
Right.
And after I've been bragging about it and I ain't crazy, ask anybody. One day y'all just play it and then go to a sane person, a type of person that's generally going to be on a jury, meaning an auntie or an older cousin or something like that, and say, you got this guy that's saying, oh, I did this, I did that on BET, on Death Row Chronicles, on YouTube, wrote a book and all of that. And he been confessing to doing this. And so the first question will be, well, is he crazy? No, he ain't crazy. He's sane. And he said all of this. Guilty. Now, people in the YouTube and all of that, we're a little different. We listen to this motherfucker now that's talking about UFOs and stuff like that on Vlad channel. We want a good show. We want to be entertained. And so I get that from the YouTube crowd. People that's on YouTube, unfortunately, sorry to tell y'all, we're a weird crowd. Everybody don't watch this shit, y'all. There's many people in my life that's not on YouTube. Or unless they listen to gospel music or some type of music or something like that, But just to listen to stories being told over and over about eras that we like, it's not that many people. That's a small percentage of America. Yeah. So
now, what about his whole story as far as what he's been telling from the very beginning? How accurate would you say what he said happened is to be facts?
Well, as far as people getting shot and how it happened and all that we can say that. The why and the who, they the only four that can say that. But this is what people and everybody is missing. And even his defense attorney, because I don't think they know the case that well. He said, I started telling this story for money. Right? YouTube wasn't around in 2008, 2009. He been telling this story. He been telling us this 2008, 2009. He did not get on YouTube or BET until about 2015, 2016. So that's when you started making some pennies or some crumbs or some dollars or whatever. You didn't make it when you was first telling this story in 2008, 2009. You were facing 25 to life, where if they would have caught you lying about anything, you would have been in jail for the rest of your life for fuck Tupac case or whatever. It would have been for the murder of, for selling PCP. Time is time. Time is time. 25 years for life for murder, 25 years for selling PC, it's still time. And so that's where it gets all confused. So he was telling the truth then. His family to this day still don't mess with him behind that. But he's now trying to, play a card to get out. That's all you want as a defense attorney or whatever it's like Donald Trump doing right now. Throwing up everything. Trying to kick out people pardons and shit. And shit, if it stick, it stick. And if you don't, oh well, I tried. And so that's how I look at it. And that's how I take it.
Do you think he'll be found guilty?
Okay. If they don't get all of the YouTube and books and all of this dismissed and what they call like an evidentiary hearing, and it's just played before a jury, and he ain't in that cell right now wiping shit all on his face and all of that and trying to play crazy. Yes. Okay. But that's in the trial. There's nobody on a jury that's going to watch these tapes. He done did 7 to 8 different interviews and a book where he done talked about this stuff in details. Art channel, Vlad channel, Cal Capone channel, and somebody else channel, and BET Network. All right. So he done told these stories in detail. So their whole defense and their play got to be to try to get these tapes dismissed. These tapes get dismissed, then yeah, he'll beat it. But if they don't get these tapes dismissed, no. Now, on an appeal, if you take this to appeal court and you bring up the issues about the tape shouldn't be admitted, got a shot. Got a shot. He's still attacking Reggie Wright and lying. They need to be spending their money and their resources on attacking the tapes getting, or the authentication of the tapes. Or, saying they, Vlad and Art and all of them did something, like Diddy and them trying to play with the Cassie tapes, where they was trying to make a big thing out of that. That's what they need to be doing. But he want to play the Reggie Wright. Go ahead and play it. Play it, bro. You ain't doing nothing but cooking yourself and giving all of us on YouTube content, because that's all he doing.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said he just giving us content to eat off.
That's all. Just prolonged it for another year.
And see, those that don't know, because you still got a lot of people that's new to YouTube.
Because of
new to YouTube.
Yeah, and because a defense attorney says, "Oh, now you're guilty." No, it's the DA and the DA office that determines that, not a defense attorney or PI. But that's because of TV. We watch TV so much, and we see all these things, and people go and Perry Mason and break the case and crack it, and so we believe all of that. But that's not how it works in real life. It's not how it works.
I'm laughing at Keefe D, Reg. I'm really laughing at him.
Yeah, well, I'm feeling sorry for him.
You feel sorry for him? I don't. Why do you feel sorry for him? And be honest. And because this ain't political, so we don't gotta operate in the gray area. Be honest, because I don't feel sorry for him. This is why I don't feel sorry for Keefe.
I think he's an idiot. I think he's uneducated. I don't think he's that smart. And I think he thought he had something that he didn't have. And he was just trying to make a dollar. He got caught up in the fame. This YouTube and this shit could get addicted. I'll be the first to admit it. But man, no 5,000, 3,000 hits, cash money. They put out fires, man. They put out fire just to go and sit for 2 hours and talk, and you getting $3,000 to $5,000 for 2 hours of talking. Man, that put a lot of stress out of your head, out of your mind. Those hits be good. Those hits be good.
Appreciate this super sticker, Ms. Park. I appreciate your super sticker. This why I don't feel for him. For the simple fact, he a street dude.
Yeah.
He was a dope boy, gangbanger, whatever.
Yeah.
He a street dude.
Correct, he was.
He
was.
And so you did it to yourself, Keefe D. You can't, like I said, some things you might say Suge, might say Reggie, might say Pop, might say this person, but this right here, Reg, he did it to himself, Reg.
He did. He kept egging them on, pissing them off, and I didn't get mad at him. I always have said, anybody ever listen to me, they did what they were supposed to do. That's just what the game banging world is. I didn't get mad at him until he came and started clowning. talking about Pac was breakdancing when he got shot and those were kids. You know, he just started making a mockery of it and making jokes about it. You know, he even threatening Mike Tyson and talking about he took this as a comedian and was a serious and a serious topic and issue. And so that's when I started getting mad at him and started tapping at him. Most people don't know. I'm the one that passed his numbers to most motherfuckers to start doing the interviews. It was like, hey, because I was reaching out to him, like, hey, you need to come on here, but he wanted money, and I'm cheap. I don't like to pay. I can't pay for interviews. I'm sorry. I don't know how. Yeah. Hey, that's why I bombed first over there. We just run Reggie right now. We can't pay for him. We tried it, and it just take out too much of your money. You'd be like, shit, I could have did those and got those views or whatever. Yeah, that's all. You know, I can't do it, and so I've started passing this number to people because I wanted this story out there because I knew he was telling it, and so it got it off me. It got people from, you know, it was persuading people, and he got the story out there.
Right.
But then he got caught up, and he started making a mockery of it, in my opinion. And so I think that's what happened.
Let me ask you about Suge. Appreciate the gifted memberships, Portia. Appreciate those gifted memberships, Portia. Do you feel bad for Suge Knight that they denied him? Do you feel bad?
Yeah, I do. I think I honestly believe what he's in custody for was an accident. I don't think that was his intent at all. So a lot of people believe in, well, if we don't get you for this, then you did something, so you need to be in jail. I'm not one to believe that. I think jail and stuff like that. Number one, I believe only God should be judging us. But I understand the prison part, you know, to protect you from society or protect society from you and all of that. But let's get you fair and square, you know. And I really believe that they keeping him in there and gave him the amount of time that they gave him because of who and what we believe he's done in the past, not for that particular instance. So I feel bad for him being in prison for an accident. It was an accident.
You know Suge. You grew up with Suge. Is he the monster? Is he the Suge Knight that the world knew him as? And if he is, has he always been that Suge Knight, or did the money, the fame, and the power go to his head?
No, Suge always been the way he is. He's always been that way. Now, okay, Suge, an actor as well. He's really a big mama boy, but he makes a lot of jokes, and you never know when he's serious. That's why he's over there doing a series on this guy named Art the Gaylord channel that he's really giving up truth on 75% of the things he said. But the 25% of the things he said is so outrageous, you just be like, oh, nigga, that can't be true. And you know, people on the YouTube, once you get caught in one lie, everything you say is a lie. And so now you don't know what to take as truthful and what's not. You know, I do because I was around him and all of that. But I'm telling you, he ain't saying 100% of shit the truth. 25 to 30% of the shit that he said is jab, is personal. He is jabbing at people that he has a dislike for or disappointment in. And that's what he's doing right now. You really think that Dr. Dre is going to raise his hand? Hey, I'll fuck him in the ass, and y'all can watch me. Y'all can watch that right here. All you guys sit right here and watch me. This is what he said. That he raised his hand and volunteered to fuck the man in the ass. This campaign that he's on to blame Snoop for murder. I mean, Snoop's been a bitch. Be the first one to admit it. He's been telling and fabricating a lot of stories and stuff. But the man ain't had nothing to do with the murder of Tupac. That was some simple gang banging shit that went down in Las Vegas. No, a lot of people don't want to believe that Tupac can get killed so simple and so easy and just like that. Niggas was slipping. That was in that entourage. Got caught slipping. And we all fucked up that night. And Tupac and everybody else cost his life. But ultimately responsible for Tupac dying that night, Tupac Shakur. He ain't had no business putting his hands on nobody. People don't want to say that. They don't want to hear that. Tupac had no reason running up putting his hands on that man. Now, people will say, well, you know, we even used to have something called escalation. You know, why did they have to escalate that just because you got your ass whooped to go and start shooting and all of that? Well, that's the life they live in that gangbanging shit. That's the life. So you choose to be around it or have that around you, and you got to deal with the consequences.
So Tupac didn't fake his death. Tupac got killed that night. Well, not that night.
He died on the 13th. Yeah.
He died on the 13th.
Yeah.
Because in the very beginning, I was one of the ones that felt like he faked his death. I said
I wish it was true. I wish it was true. But all the things that's been happening with his life and his estate and his money and his mother dying and all of that, he only had 2 years left on his tail. 2 years. Would you really respect him if he was faking his death to go and do 2 years in prison? Keefe did be in jail 2 years in August. That's how quick that time go. Or September, whenever it was. September. Time moved quick.
Yeah. So for all the Tupac fans like myself that thought Tupac faked his death, here's Reg. Now, for those that don't know, because there's still a lot of people that don't know Reggie Wright Jr. Tell us who you were. What was you at Death Row? What role did you play at Death Row?
Well, initially I was the guy that grew up with Suge Knight. That was one of his homeboys that was a retired police officer that eventually opened up a private security company, and was like had the security company and also was working as like the head of security for the record company. Then when Suge went to custody after his probation violation and all that, I was the one that eventually started running Death Row from about 1997 to 2002. Yeah.
So you was around Death Row?
From about 1994 to 2002. And then once it got sold, I ran the company that had control over the catalog, E1 Entertainment, just for Death Row stuff.
What was Tupac like?
Tupac was a hard worker. But he was loyal too much to the extent, and that's what made him take off to do what he did inside the MGM. Very charismatic, loved the women, gifted, but he was also a firecracker as well. Didn't take much to set him off.
And would you say that he was like that before he got on Death Row?
I can't say because I didn't know him. I was just like a fan, or like you guys, just know him from his music, interviews, TV shows, or movies, and videos. That's all I knew about him prior to October the 12th, 1995. First time I ever saw him in person. Well, probably the 13th.
What about Snoop? Some people believe that Snoop brought Death Row. What is that business like? Did Snoop really buy Death Row?
I'm like Suge on that. I think he's the front forward. He has a lot of say-so. But if you add up his numbers and the money and all of that, he wasn't making enough money to acquire a company like that. He didn't have it. But he has the say-so. He had owned some things, but I really believe he's just the front man for a hedge fund.
Do you still got a relationship with Snoop? Are y'all cool or?
Now, people tell me, yeah, Snoop never say nothing bad about you, or you don't have nothing bad to say about you, but we haven't reached out to each other or anything. I'm not trying to be in the business or the music business or anything anymore. I'm trying to get my health back right from this COVID shit.
How you been doing lately? How you been feeling
A
lately?
lot better than we last talked. Getting fat like a mug, man. I just got a series just started up on Vlad. And I look like that dude that just left off there in that pink jumpsuit and shit. Man, I told my wife right now, I'm going to get some Ozempic or some shit. I'm about to lose. Man,
You looking
I
a
didn't
whole
realize
lot
how
better.
fat I got. Huh?
You looking a whole lot better.
Fuck that. Give me that skinny Reggie back. That nigga, everybody talking about that was sick and dying and stuff. Yeah, I need that nigga back ASAP. Oh, man, look like I swallowed a goddamn pig or something. Matter of fact, I need you to support my book, and you can put it up. But
Yeah, go ahead and
for
put it up.
those,
The
I have a
link.
book called Label. Damn, a label of a boss confection. No, I don't even know the name of the motherfucker. Confessions of a boss. A
You
label
don't have
boss.
a hard
Confession.
copy of it? You don't have a hard
Not
copy of
with
it?
me now. You know me. I'm ghetto, brother. Confessions of a label boss on Amazon by Reggie Wright Jr. It's on Amazon. Confessions of a Label Boss. No, a lot of people say, "Nigga, you ain't ever." Well, I actually ran 3 companies, but y'all don't know the history on Reggie, so y'all have to do it. But it's just a how-to-do book for people that want to be in the music business, and some tricks and things that I learned and some of the pitfalls. It's like a how-to-do for up and people that want to be in the music business on the management side or as an artist. It's a good, easy read, only about 80 pages. And it'll help you with some tips if you're trying to be in the music business.
Make sure y'all check out Reggie Wright's book, Confessions of a Label Boss, on Amazon.
Correct.
By Reggie Wright Jr. Make sure y'all support Reggie. Because see, with you, Reg, and this is why I've always respected you, whenever I would reach out to you, you would always reach back to me.
No, I try to be an open book. I try to be accessible. I ain't no star. I'm just a regular nigga that put on his pants and shoes just like you. And so if you can't try to help somebody, if somebody extend their hand or reach out and want you to, do something together and work together, then I'm gonna do it. I ain't one of those niggas that, you gotta do this or do that. Now, if you're making money, I want to make money with you.
Right.
But
right.
we all just trying to struggle and make this shit happen. Right. Then hey, let's do it together. If I can help, I'm willing to help.
Reg, how you feel about Vlad? Do you think Vlad is the police?
No, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. He don't sit there and make people answer questions. Everybody, just like any questions you ask me right now, I can just be like, nigga, move on. Yep. And what you'll do, move on to the next one. Now, if you would be like, nigga, you better answer this question right now. Yeah, everybody go sit in there, got the freedom to not answer or to say nothing. If you incriminate yourself or talk or say something too much or whatever, that's on you. Now, if you know I'm slow, and that's why I kind of say earlier, I kind of feel bad for Keefe D, because I think the nigga just ain't rap too tight. Now, I'm really listening to him and all that, and seeing him how he be blurting out in court and stuff. I really believe, but yeah. But how can you call somebody the police or incriminating somebody when you up there doing it and you talking on your own free will?
And these
you ain't got to answer.
These supposedly be street dudes. That's on Vlad. They street dudes.
Now, some of us can get, we can get, like I said, caught up in the light and caught up and all of that. But man, anytime, I have heard when people be like, hey, I don't want that up or I don't want to pull that down. He honor it. Shit, the nigga that did turn over the footage and all of that stuff and didn't even fight him for Keefe D and all of that was the one he did more interviews with. Arthur Gaylor. He turned over everything as soon as they called. Vlad told them, you got to come with a subpoena. So I don't know.
So you still think Keefe D is something wrong with Keefe D, but you've been knowing Keefe D. How long you been knowing Keefe D?
I know and heard of Keefe D in the 90s, just as a dope guy. You know, everybody in Compton would hear or know something about somebody. Personally, I had never met him or saw him until about 2012. And that was at a grocery store in Corona, where he came up and walked up to me and say, you know who I am, Lil Red? I said, no. He said, I'm Keefe D from Compton Southside Crip. I said, oh, they still let you claim that? And I walked away. I was at a grocery store. And I just go, that's the only time I can honestly say I've ever seen that nigga in person.
So was he a shot caller over there at Southside?
At one time in the 90s, yes, he was a baller. He was a crackhead prior to that. Then he became a baller. And then he became definitely the biggest rat in LA County history. And then, you know, then he started just hustling. I don't mind what guys doing. Keefe D was working up until he started doing interviews. I don't know what he did, but like when I met him or knew about him in like 2015 and stuff like that, when I was talking to him, he was doing grease, you know, going around to those different like restaurants and stuff, and putting grease in the trucks. And I guess it's something you can do with grease from kitchens and stuff like that, where you can sell it and make money. He was doing that, you know. And so he was hustling, trying to make money and take care of his family by doing that. And then all of this stuff happened and YouTube and stuff, then he started doing that. But yeah, you know, he had his seasons, just like me. Shit. I didn't have seasons of doing well, doing average, doing very well, broke, and then doing okay. So we all go through seasons.
So you said he was the biggest rat in LA County. Who?
Oh, yes, paperwork out there on Bomb First where you can see where he testified on or was telling on about 10 of the most powerful street dudes in LA County at the time.
Wow. Is that why his family don't fool with him?
Well, no, they don't fool with him because of the accusing the nephew. That hurt. You know, a mama. One thing about a mama, they gonna love you no matter what you are. They just love their sons, and to hear that, and for your son to be known as that, and then the daughters to grow up later on, and you know, you still trying to protect them. You know, my mama, you still tell me, oh, he's a good guy. Daddy said, no, your son's an asshole. But your mama be like, my son is, I don't know that. I don't know that guy. And so that's what's happening with, you know, his mother, his sister, and Orlando's mother. And then accusing of that.
Yeah. How do you feel, Reg, about these dudes, Keefe D, one of them, that snitches on a dead man? Some dudes say,
yeah.
What's your thoughts on that, Reg?
I can't say it because I've never been in the gang world. I've never been a gang member. But every gang member I ever heard of or hear talk about it always said it's okay to tell on a dead man. Every one of them that I don't know that world. I never, proclaimed to be a gang member or anything like that. So I don't know, but I done heard Big U say it. I done heard people say, hey, if I'm dead and it can help you beat a crime or get out of something, tell on me. But that's the thing. Well, the misconception is everybody think everybody was dead. It was another guy still alive when Keefe D gave that statement. The driver of the car. He was still alive when he gave all that.
Who was the driver that was still alive?
Allegedly, his name was he got killed in 2015. T-Bone, they call him. Tyrone, I think it's Tyrone Brown. He got killed in a marijuana dispensary in 2015. He was still alive. T-Bone, T-Brown, something like that. Yeah. Keefe D started snitching in 2009. Now, the two in the back, Big Dre and Orlando, were there though.
So and this is what confuses me. All right. Even Mob James has said about Orlando retaliating on Tupac. He said if it was the homies, Orlando probably could have took it a little better. All right, I'll deal with them when we get back around the way.
That's that game banger. That's that game banger mentality. They always think they the toughest things, and no, nigga. Every profession got. I don't know what your profession is, but it's a nigga at your job. I bet you be like, that nigga's a G. Don't fuck with him. It's a nigga at the grocery store you go to be like, man, leave that motherfucker alone. That butcher alone. Every profession have gangsters. Gang members and gang bangers believe that they're what they're supposed to, that they're the toughest things around. But I want to believe every profession have gangsters. Yep. But just because you're not a gang banger or a gang member, don't mean you a bitch.
I agree.
Yeah.
What I was trying to get to was Keefe D said the Blicky was first past to Big Dre. Big Dre was hesitant. Then Orlando gets it. Now, if it was Orlando's beef, why not from the beginning pass it?
I think he had it. Yeah, I think he because of where the car was positioned. The way the car was positioned.
Okay.
Generally, where everybody shootout is generally the passenger side of a car. You look at any movie, everything, it's always coming out of the passenger side.
Right.
But when they pulled up and saw him and pulled up along him, now they to your left. Right. So now it's on the driver's side. And he was sitting on the driver's side. I believe Orlando always had it. I just think Keefe D was trying to make himself sound tough and wanted to be like he the one that had it and passed it. Right. But it was always Orlando job or thing to do with the rear passenger's side of a car. Any street dude know when some stuff happened, it usually happened from the passenger side of the car.
But did Orlando really do it? Because then there's
who knows? Who knows?
He didn't do it. He just took credit for it.
Who knows? Who cared? They was all in the car. All four of them niggas guilty in my mind. What did Kane do, or what did the boy do in Minister Society, in Boys in the Hood, when he jumped his ass out of the car? He said, I can't do it. I gotta go. And they was like, all right, let him out. But Ice Cube and the other three still wouldn't have did it, right?
You right.
What was that in Boys in the Hood?
Yeah, that was
so,
Boys in the Hood.
Once you sit in the car, you decide, then you're all guilty.
What about Kane from Minister Society? The comments that Suge made about
y'all act like y'all ain't heard those stories from me first. Everything that Suge said about Turner, I said years ago, and Jamie Foxx.
So we know that came from Suge. We know that to be true because you were speaking on it before.
I talked about it. I talked about the Michelet, all of that.
Do you think in your comment section, do you think that they just be trolling you for fun, or do you think they really be on?
No, you all got haters. Everybody got haters. You got haters. If you ain't doing something right, you ain't got no haters. Then something you ain't doing something right. This is how we look at it. So you're gonna have haters. But who really can you say been doing it as consistent and as long as I have just a one-man show every day? I can't think of, there's people that's been out there on YouTube for a while, but they do it once every 2 or 3 days, 4 or 5 days. I do it once a day for the last 3 years and average anywhere from 25 to 30,000 views a day. Now, I ain't saying every video do 30,000. I ain't saying every video, some videos don't do 100,000. When we talk about averages, I do over 2 million views a month.
A month. You get them a month.
A month.
That's good. That's good. Why do you think so? Do you think?
Well, that's my point, and I'm not trying to brag or that. I'm just saying because of the being consistent that you got haters and you got people that want to know and listen to the stories. You know, they want to hear, be like, okay, let me check this out. Let me see what this nigga talking about. Then you got motherfuckers, oh, fuck him. But guess what? You two don't know which one is a positive or a negative.
Right.
Every view counts.
Yep.
It all counts. The negative views and the positive ones.
Yep.
But what helps me and I troll my haters big time, but they don't realize that all they doing is helping me. Because they keeping my name alive. They keeping people want to come over there and who is that they talking about? Ooh, let me go check him out. I have many people say, man, I used to couldn't stand you. I hated you. But as I listened to you for a while, you know, I kind of like you now.
Let me get my moderators grab Bomb First link and put Reggie's link in the chat to Bomb First. Moderators, make sure y'all go to Bomb First and put Bomb First link in the chat.
Respect.
And make sure y'all get Reggie's book, Confessions of a Label Boss, on Amazon.
On Amazon, yes.
See, with Bomb First, like Mob James, everybody love him or hate him, but Mob James going to bring numbers. But you're able to bring numbers by yourself.
You know, and because I'm just telling stories and just trying to keep it, and you know, I play to the young people a little bit too. I talk a little bull crap just to keep you entertained, to keep you coming. My wife and my family get mad at me on some of the words I choose and stuff, but they don't understand. I just do that to, you know, because I got to play into to keep it. You know, you go and just be speaking good game and talking with sense, and so people get turned off on you. Well, unfortunately, a lot of people click on YouTube to be entertained. If you want to watch good, smart stuff, you're going to watch CNN all day.
Yep.
That's what I watch. But, you know, but sometimes I go to YouTube to be entertained, just to go see what's going on.
It's like a Charleston White. Love him or hate him. He knows you're going to watch him.
Exactly. Oh, he'll troll you about it. He talks about you.
Yes.
He throws it in your face.
Yes.
Yeah, I watched it the other day. He was like, I don't care. I'm rich. Your broke ass gonna still come and watch me. Like, this dude, they're crazy.
What's your thoughts on him, though? His comments about the kids, the little baby. What's your comments on him?
I'm not a Charleston White fan. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not a Charleston White fan. I think he's I'm not a Charleston White fan. I'll just say that. I don't need to get on his radar. That's all.
It might be a good thing if you
no, because I take shit personal. I start digging in your background, and I find out your mama. I start talking about your mama and everything. I get it. I'm a little vindictive.
That would be something. Reggie Wright Jr. versus Charleston White.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't want that beef. I leave him a little Woody alone.
Yeah, that's a fool. CW is a fool.
Oh yeah, I leave them alone. Don't want to be on their radar.
Let me see if anybody in my chat got some questions for you, and then I'm gonna let you get out of here. Is it anybody in the chat that got a question for me to ask Reggie Wright? Is it anybody in the chat that has a question for me to ask Reggie Wright? Salute to my chat. Make sure y'all get his book off of Amazon, Confessions of a Label Boss. And also make sure y'all go and subscribe. His link is in the chat to Bomb First. Make sure y'all go over there and check out his content.
Give me a chance. You'll be persuaded. Don't listen to people that had nothing to do with Tupac life ever in life go and persuade you one way or the other. Just hear it out. That's all I ask for.
Now, one thing that I'm gonna ask, as far as the night that Pop got hit, the night that he got pop out, they always talk about that's Reggie on the what is it, the walkie-talkies? Got him. Was that you saying got him?
Well, I think you quoting it wrong because the guy was with me that's allegedly heard that. He was standing by me and he said he heard it come over my radio. Got him. I just think that was Michael Moore. I mean, we was in a club. How can you hear something like that in a nightclub? But my whole thing is, hey man, how can you? That's just for entertainment. That statement was allegedly put on tape. What 6 to 8 years later? By that time, relationships were where they were at. They were trying to sell a DVD, and what do that mean? It could have, and even if he heard something like that, I can say it wasn't nothing about we got Tupac and Suge. Maybe it was somebody else saying that they got, because they went and did some shooting after Keefe D and them, which Keefe D and them admit. It could have been them talking. I don't know. I don't believe it, but who knows? But my walkie-talkies that only hurt. Well, so that kills that theory. I was about to say my security can only talk on my frequency, and then the homeboys have their own frequencies where they can talk. But my radio, to be honest, I could talk to the homeboys or to the security. So if he said he heard it on my radio, he could have heard it on either one. But it's just not true. I don't believe it. But what do that mean? What do that say? Then if you believe something like that, then you just disregard everything Keefe D says. And so if you don't believe what Keefe D said, then I'm not the person for you, because that's all you're going to hear from me. That's what I wholeheartedly believe, is that Keefe D was telling the truth about what happened that night. Other than that, it ain't no big major conspiracies or no extra players and all of that. That was just some simple Compton, LA bullshit that happened in Vegas. That happened in every ghetto, some gang banging shit. You beat me up, we go and ride. They got songs about stuff like that. We see it in every gang banger, from Colors to shit. We just talked to boys in Hood and all of that. You do something to us, we go back and retaliate. Menace to society. What they go do when they came and tried to rob them? They got in the car and went to the burger stand and shot them. It's just LA. I'm not saying it's right. It's not wrong. Some will say, but that's just how it goes. 1 + 1.
Juanita wants to know, do you think Puffy set up Tupac?
I believe he threw that out there. I really do believe he threw that out there, and but I believe that Keefe D and them decided to do that after their nephew came back and told them that they beat him up in the in the MGM. So I always call it a 2 for 1. He know that he got a possibility to get some money, and being mad at the time, he's like, shit, we can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. But that's my belief on that. But I really believe that wasn't their intent that night to do that. It wasn't until that incident that happened at the MGM happened. Yeah.
Portia wants to know, what is your perspective of the interviews that have taken place on the art, regarding Tupac?
I mean, if I'm lying, I mean, I could be a hater and all of that. I like his channel. I talk mad at him. I'm disappointed at him for something personal and all of that. But I'm keeping it real. I don't like that he don't challenge some of the things when he got this story, or even bring it up. You don't have to say you believe it or whatever. Say, well, Reggie Wright said this, and now you saying this. To call yourself dialogue, he don't do much dialogue. That's all I'll say. Well, you're supposed to go back and forth. Well, what about this?
Right.
I get it because a lot of people get mad at Vlad because they say he talks too much because he does that.
Right.
But that's the only thing that I can ever say to hate on this channel is that I wish he would interact a little bit more than just throwing the question out and just letting his guests go.
Now was that a shot at him? Was you trolling him, or you just being real?
I call it just being real because, like I said, I think I love this channel. I mean, I said I think he does a great job. But if I had any critique, that would be my only critique.
All right, I got one more question for you, Reg, and I'm gonna let you get out of here.
Okay.
I See Through You says, ask him if he thinks Snoop and Dre had anything to do with Tupac's death.
I don't. And I'm not. I'm a Suge guy. I grew up with the guys that wore red and not the blue, and but I don't believe that. I believe Suge is weaponizing Tupac's name to get his personal vendetta or vendetta against them, and he knows that he can get people to turn on Snoop and Dre or Reggie or whoever by weaponizing them against or turning them against Tupac, because Tupac has that type of respect and love from most people that's on this YouTube or in the communities, and he using now the people love for him to fight his war. Is my opinion. But no, I don't believe they had anything to do with it.
Well, Reg, I want to thank you for your time. Is it anything that you would like to say before we get out of here?
No, this piece, just keep listening. Appreciate if y'all come and give me a shot and just listen over there at Bomb First. And definitely appreciate if you go pick up my little book. And it's not a book for about all of this stuff that I'll be talking about. It's just if you're trying to be in the music business and management. Other than that, you don't want it. You don't need it, unless you want to gift it to somebody that you know that want to be in the business, in the music business. Other than that, no, appreciate you, man. Anytime you hit me up, you need me and I'm available, I'm there for you, brother. Keep up the good work and keep doing what you do.
I appreciate you, Reg. One love and much respect. And
what part of the country you in? You in Alabama? Where you at?
No, I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina.
North Carolina. All right. Peace, man. Respect. How's the weather out there? Y'all good?
Yeah, we good. If you ever come through, hit me up, man. I'll take you around, show you a good time. If you ever in North Carolina, Charlotte, North Carolina, hit me up.
Respect. I've been there once, and y'all don't do nothing until the weekend, so I'll never be going back. Y'all niggas on that Bible Belt, boy. That Bible Belt. Peace. We came out there to hang out, me and shit, with Casey and JoJo.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that was Raleigh's. That was Raleigh's, actually, I think. Man, we couldn't find nothing. We couldn't find that nigga.
I'm about an hour and a half from Raleigh.
Okay.
Charlotte, North Carolina is where it's popping at.
Where's that? Okay.
Yes,
Charlotte.
Shout out to Charlotte. Shout out to all my folks in Charlotte.
I got a good dude that did a lot of bodyguarding out there. This dude named Sean Bonner, Big Sean. That's a good dude from out there. Appreciate y'all.
All right, Reg. Appreciate you. I'm gonna grab that book for you.
No problem, bud. Yeah.
All right. Make sure you all check out Confessions of a Label Boss on Amazon by Reggie Wright Jr. Make sure y'all go and pull up on his channel, Bomb First. And make sure y'all throw up the rocks over there and let them know that y'all representing the Rock Squad. Let them know that y'all seen him on Shank Rock's platform and y'all are over there to show him some support. All right. We got a live coming up at 10 o'clock. We have another live coming up at 10 p.m. So make sure y'all pull back up at 10 p.m. That live is entitled Shannon's latest rant about Naziah Harris. So for all of my Nazaria Harris people, make sure y'all pull back up in less than an hour. A big shout out to Reggie Wright Jr. I want to thank you for pulling up. I really appreciate you for pulling up. So there you all have it. Why is Keefe D trying to throw Reggie Wright Jr. under the bus for the death of Tupac? Salute everybody, and I'll see y'all back. I'll see y'all back in less than an hour. Salute everybody.
I'd like to place an order. Yeah. Hey, let me get a chicken box and a half and half. All right, good looking out. I'd like to place an order. Yeah. Hey, let me get a chicken box and a half and half. All right, good looking out.
A chicken box, a half and half when I'm switching lanes.
Switching lane.
A chicken box, a half and half when I'm switching lanes.
When I'm switching lane.
A chicken box, a half and half when I'm switching lanes.
When I'm switching lane.
A chicken box, a half and half when I'm switching lanes.
When I'm switching lane.
A chicken box, a half and half when I'm switching lanes.
When I'm switching lane.
A chicken box, a half and half when I'm switching lanes. But before we get started with this demonstration, let me read my copyright. Younger females like older men. So my smoothie is going to consist of
When I'm switching lane.
a chicken box, a half and half when I'm switching lanes.
When I'm switching lane.
A chicken box, a half and half when I'm switching lanes. But I don't want to do this no more, Miss Parker.
What? You don't want to do this shit no more, nigga?
You're not listening to me, Miss Parker. And you know, with the demonstration that I've done, we gotta agree to disagree.
The fuck you thought? We was going back to the mud with this shit? Huh? It's part of life for you. It's part of the pussy for me.
All right, Miss Parker.